Narcissism, a fascinating but confusing personality disorder, often hides a person's real self behind a mask of charm and charisma. But under this mask, there are big holes where real human qualities should be. Here are 5 basic life qualities a narcissist does not have. The first quality a narcissist lacks is gratitude. They are perpetually dissatisfied and fail to appreciate the good in their lives. Diving into the heart of the matter, the narcissist's inability to be thankful is a glaring symptom of their deep-seated dissatisfaction with life. It's not about the glass being half full or half empty. For a narcissist, it's always bone dry. They're always looking for more, always seeking what they don't have, and in doing so, they completely overlook the blessings that they do have. But why can't they be grateful? Well, gratitude is an act of humility, an acknowledgement that we are not the sole architects of our good fortune. It requires us to appreciate others and the world around us, but a narcissist with their inflated sense of self-importance can't do this. They believe they're entitled to everything they have and more, and thus, they never feel the need to be grateful. This ingratitude seeps into their relationships as well. They take their partners for granted, dismissing their efforts as trivial or expected. They fail to recognize the love, care, and patience that others pour into the relationship. Instead, they're constantly on the lookout for faults, for shortcomings, for any excuse to feed their perpetual dissatisfaction. Imagine being on a beautiful beach, the sun setting over the horizon, the waves gently lapping against your feet. But instead of soaking in the beauty, you're annoyed because the sand is too hot, the water too cold, the sun too bright. That's what it's like to be a narcissist. They're in a constant state of discontent, unable to appreciate the beauty of the moment. But there's more to this lack of gratitude than just an inability to appreciate what they have. It's a symptom of a deeper issue, a deep-rooted dissatisfaction with life. They're always chasing after the next big thing, the next source of validation, the next opportunity to assert their superiority. And in this relentless pursuit, they forget to stop, to look around, to appreciate the here and now. In essence, a narcissist is never satisfied, never grateful. Next up, we have adaptability, or rather the narcissist's lack of thereof. Adaptability is a cornerstone of human interaction. It's the ability to adjust our behaviors, our attitudes, and our perspectives to the ever-changing dynamics of our relationships, our environment, and our own internal growth. But in the world of a narcissist, adaptability is a missing puzzle piece. Why is that, you might ask? Well, it's because the narcissist is in an unending pursuit of perfection. They are on a quest not for self-improvement, but for the flawless reflection of themselves in the people they interact with. They have an ideal image, a perfect picture of how others should be, and they're not willing to accept anything less. Now, let's get one thing straight. Seeking improvement isn't wrong, but when it's at the cost of accepting others for who they are, it becomes a problem. The narcissist's relentless pursuit of perfection makes them unyielding, rigid, and you guessed it, unadaptable. In their eyes, every person they meet is a potential project, someone they can mold into their version of perfection. They are not willing to accept the inherent imperfections that make us human. They are not willing to adapt to the different quirks, the unique traits, the individual personalities that each person brings to the table. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It just doesn't work. And yet the narcissist continues to hammer away, bent on shaping that square peg until it fits their round hole of perfection. This lack of adaptability hinders their ability to coexist peacefully with others. It disrupts their relationships, their families, their partnerships. It creates a chasm between them and the rest of the world, a chasm born out of their refusal to accept and adapt. So if you ever find yourself dealing with a narcissist, remember it's not you. It's their inability to adapt, their refusal to accept anything less than their version of perfection. That's causing the rift. The narcissist's quest for perfection makes them rigid, unadaptable. Moving on, we come to authenticity, a quality that is fundamentally absent in a narcissist. Now let's delve into this. Authenticity is the ability to be genuine, to be true to oneself. It's about being honest, not just with others, but also with oneself. It's about understanding our strengths, our weaknesses, our passions, and our fears. But when it comes to a narcissist, authenticity is merely a mirage. So why is authenticity missing in a narcissist? The answer lies in their very nature. You see, a narcissist is essentially a false construct, a facade, if you will. They are like a beautifully painted picture that is nothing but a cover-up for a crumbling wall. They meticulously craft this image, this persona, that is nothing but a pack of lies. But why? Why go through all this trouble? Well, the answer is simple. A narcissist craves admiration, they pine for attention. They want to be the center of everyone's world. And to achieve this, they feel the need to create a persona that is perfect, that is flawless. But in this quest for perfection, they lose themselves. They lose their authenticity. They become a prisoner of their own lies, trapped in their self-created illusion. But the irony is, in their pursuit of admiration, they end up pushing people away. Because at the end of the day, people value authenticity, they value honesty, they value genuineness. And these are the very qualities that a narcissist lacks. A narcissist's inability to be authentic also affects their relationships, because without authenticity, there can be no real connection, there can be no real understanding, there can be no real love. All that remains is a hollow relationship built on the shaky grounds of pretense and deceit. This lack of authenticity also leads to a constant state of dissatisfaction, because no matter how perfect the facade, no matter how flawless the persona, deep down the narcissist knows it's all a lie. They know they are living a lie, and this knowledge, this realization gnaws at them, leaving them perpetually dissatisfied, perpetually unhappy. A narcissist, in essence, cannot be authentic because they are built on a foundation of falsehoods. They are a beautiful painting covering a crumbling wall, a shining star that is but a mere illusion. And until they accept this, until they embrace their true selves, they will continue to be trapped in their self-created prison of lies and deceit. The fourth quality that a narcissist lacks is independence. And isn't that a surprising one? When we think of narcissists, we often imagine them as self-centered, self-focused, and self-absorbed. They seem to be all about themselves, right? But here's the twist. They're not as independent as they appear to be. In fact, they're quite the opposite. They are dependent on others to a degree that exceeds normal parameters. Narcissists, you see, are more codependent than a codependent individual themselves. I like to call them mutated codependents. They are reliant on others for their self-esteem, for their validation, for their sense of self-worth. They need constant affirmations, constant reassurances, constant praise. And when they don't get it, they feel threatened, they feel attacked. Their self-worth plummets, and they scramble to regain it, often through manipulating those around them. This dependence on others is not just limited to emotional needs, it extends to their everyday actions and decisions. They need others to validate their choices, to back their plans, to support their views. They look for constant confirmation and approval, and when they don't receive it, they can become defensive, argumentative, even aggressive. But here's the irony. Despite their dependence, narcissists often view themselves as supremely independent. They see themselves as self-sufficient, as needing no one. This is a part of their false self, the image they project to the world. It's a facade, a mask, a deception. Behind it, they are insecure, needy, and reliant on others. The narcissist's lack of independence can be damaging to their relationships. Their constant need for validation can be exhausting for those around them. Their inability to make decisions without approval can lead to frustration and resentment. And their refusal to acknowledge their dependence can create a lack of trust and honesty in their relationships. You see, independence is more than just being able to do things on your own. It's about being secure in yourself, in your decisions, in your worth. It's about being able to stand on your own 2 feet, even when the world around you is shaking. And this, the narcissist lacks. A narcissist, in essence, lacks independence and is heavily dependent on others. Finally, we have listening skills, or rather the narcissist's lack of them. A crucial component of any healthy relationship, be it personal or professional, is effective communication. And at the heart of communication lies the ability to listen. To truly listen is to understand, to empathize, and to connect on a deeper level. But for a narcissist, this concept is as foreign as it gets. A narcissist's version of listening is a far cry from the real thing. It's not about understanding or connecting with you. It's not about seeing things from your perspective or empathizing with your feelings. No, for a narcissist, listening is a strategic move, a tool used to gather information. They're not interested in your thoughts, your feelings, or your experiences. They're interested in what they can use against you. Every word you utter, every emotion you reveal, the narcissist files away for future use. They're constantly on the lookout for your vulnerabilities, your insecurities, your weak points. These are the narcissist's ammunition. The more they listen, the more ammunition they gather. So when you're pouring your heart out to a narcissist, thinking they're listening with empathy, remember this: they're not there to understand. They're there to gather. They're there to exploit. So a narcissist, even when they seem to be listening, is merely collecting data to exploit your weak points. That's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, give thumbs up for more videos like this. Hit subscribe button.